What's up, boys and girls? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope that you are doing well. You are listening to Just My 2 Cents. And this is not a test. This is real. I am, in fact, not only on time for my own stream, but I'm going early, a few minutes early. I am going live early by a few minutes. I want to get my shout outs and stuff done, and I want to drop the link for my dude Moiz Audio and anybody else that wants to come in, because I'm very excited about this fight card and this pregame. It is fight day, boys. UFC Atlantic City is going down in just over 2 hours. The prelims start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So welcome. This is my pregame. I've been doing these for a little over a month now. And like I said, I'm going to drop the link here soon for who has pretty much become my, I'll go ahead and just say he's my co-host, Moiz Audio. But the link will be there for anyone in the Dome and anyone from the Locker Room Talk podcast, as per usual. But I hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone has had a good week. Hope everyone is having a good weekend. It's Saturday. Like I said, hope you're enjoying yourselves. The fights are going to start here soon. And yeah, man, been doing these pre-games here for, I'd say, between a month and a half. And I've been enjoying them. Moiz has been coming in here. Had Timothy Troiano actually come in to my channel for the first time a couple weeks ago. That was a good time. And yeah, man, it's open for anybody in the Dome that wants to come through. And I'm going to drop it for the boys in the Locker Room Talk podcast group chat as well. So yeah, it's Saturday. We got fights. I'm pre-gaming. Come through. Smash the like button if you like what you hear. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't, of course. So yeah, man, let me do my shout outs real quick, and then I'm gonna drop the link. Don't want to waste too much time. If you're new to the channel, these are the only social media outlets you can find me on. Been doing better on Tapology. Having a decent year as far as the betting goes. Definitely shout out and salute to the Dome, the greatest group chat in the world. The vast majority of my audience. Shout out to my dude Aaron the Dog. Subscribe to his YouTube channel, Aaron the Dog, MMA and Movie Trivia. Check out his UFC breakdown show every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. This last week was a damn good episode. Shout out to Aaron and the newly reformed Lou Betcha. You know, Lou has been integrated back into society. He's done his time, and yeah, I'm happy to be streaming with him per usual. I know I give him a hard time, but in all seriousness, man, I do like streaming with Lou, and it's good to see him back on Twitter through his assistants, the Desk of Lou Betcha. So yeah, follow at Desk of Lou Betcha for updates on that dude. But nah, man, this past Wednesday was a good time. Make sure y'all check that out. Subscribe to Aaron's channel if you haven't already. A little stuffy today, boys. Shit is starting to bloom, and my allergies are following suit. Shout out to my dude Big Show Picks for making this overlay and the backgrounds. If Moiz or anyone else comes through, you'll see that. So shout out to him. Shout out to the boys at Pub. They've been having Pub Palooza going on down in San Antone. So I know they've been enjoying that. Shout out to them. Did not do a Locker Room Talk podcast this past week. Things, like I said, Pub Palooza going on. Things kind of a lot of moving parts going on or whatever. But there will be another one this coming week, I'm sure of it. So download the latest episode anywhere you can. Also sign up for the Pick'em contest. I put my picks in 20 or 30 minutes ago, and I'm looking to win this thing for the fourth time. So yeah, it's free and easy. You can sign up at pubsportsradio.com. And yeah, those are the shout outs, man. Well, disclaimer real quick. This is my channel, and these are my thoughts and opinions. It does not reflect the views of anybody that I fucks with. If our views happen to align, then so be it. But what I say, especially if I say anything crazy, it's just me, in my opinion. So let that be known. I did watch the weigh-ins. I'm not going to do really like a weigh-in show or anything, but I did watch the weigh-ins yesterday. These are the weigh-in results. This is the order that the fighters weighed in at. Only one fighter missed weight. It was the very last dude to weigh in, Julio Arce. This dude can't get right on the scales, dude. I don't even know how many times he's missed weight before, but it's like he was missing weight in the weight class below. So he goes up and he still misses weight. God damn, dude. So only one fighter missed weight, though. It's just him. So shout out to 99% of the rest of the UFC Atlantic City fighters for making the weight. I thought it was about half and half, man. A lot of the fighters were looking like shit. Manon was the first to the scale. She looked really rough. Gatto didn't look great, but she looked a lot better at the ceremonial weigh-ins. Herbert Burns never really looks good. Kyle Nelson looked terrible, man. I thought he was one of those. Just physically, he looked like shit. Like, looked sucked out. Looked miserable. Like, looked like he was going to faint. So he was one of the worst looking fighters I saw. Just physical appearance, energy, all that. Connor Matthews didn't look great. Chris Weidman, he's a big dude. And it's, he getting up there. He's like my age. So not crazy that he had a rough weight cut. But yeah, it looked like it. Same with Bruno. Nate Landwehr always looks kind of rough. Anton, horrible body language and just looked tired as shit. Same with Reese McKee and Callan Loughran. Callan Loughran was like, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, thank you, God, I made weight. Cheaty, again, kind of like understandable. He's a big fucking dude. He's a middleweight, man. Like, I know he's fighting at 170, but he just don't look right. He's cutting a lot of weight. But to his credit, he was not the worst looking fighter, and he made the weight. No problem. So shout out to him, but I can't say he looked great. Petrosky, another huge guy. Like, I was about to say that Petrosky was looking good. Like, he looked shredded, and he's a yoked motherfucker, but his body language was really bad. Like, when he got down off the scale, it was very gingerly. It's understandable, dude. He's a huge fucking over 200-pound dude that's fighting at middleweight. But he still kind of looked rough. Nursultan, same, kind of like sluggish. Bill Algeo, same deal. But Julio Arce, it's like three-way tie if I had to say who looked the shittiest. Manon, Nelson, and Arce. And Arce actually missed weight. But yeah. Now, this is who I thought looked good. And yeah, it's another three-way tie, like Blanchfield, Luque, Ibo Aslan, just physical appearance combined with like their energy and not looking like they had a super rough cut. It's them. Now, Joaquin Buckley, I would have expected him really to look like shit because he's another huge, like really muscular dude that cuts down. But he looked pretty good. Like, he wasn't the best looking fighter there, but he didn't look bad. Loopy, someone that has looked rough on the scales before, she looked pretty good. I was expecting Dumas to maybe look rough, but he looked pretty good. So did Pacheco. Janjadoba, you can say what you want about that cockeye, but physically she looked fine. Dudakova looked good. Malkoon, Emmers looked fine. And yeah, I'd say a three-way tie between Blanchfield, Luque, and Aslan. But I say this before, And I used to have a banner that was like word to the wise, but I have another disclaimer that's like, this is not betting advice. So yeah, I'm not going to give any advice, but that's how I approach it and what I think about the weigh-ins. So I'm going to do away with that banner, but yeah, for me, the weigh-ins are not a reliable metric. There's just too much for every time that you can point to, oh, well, this dude looked really good on the scales and then he fucked his opponent up. For every one of those, there is a dude that looks like shit or a dude that straight up fucking misses weight and he destroys his opponent. So that's just not, I mean, y'all do whatever the fuck you want. People have their own strategies, and some people have superstitions, and some people wait and see, like, oh, if this dude looks good, I'm going to hammer him. If he looks like shit, I'm totally backing off of it. But for me, and I've covered the weigh-ins for a couple years now, every single week, there are fighters that look incredible on the scale that lose, and fighters that look like dog fucking duty and they clean up. So it's just not reliable to me. The better fighter will win most of the time, in my observation. But like I said, that's just my 2 cents on it. People do whatever the fuck they want. People have their strategies and the way they approach their bets and their picks and shit, but that's what I do. Now, as I was saying, this is just for shits and giggles, a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of shit talk about the fights. I ain't no fucking tipster or quote unquote sharp. I predict the fights. I bet a little bit of money on them, but yeah. I'm an entertainer first. Want to be entertainer first. Excuse me. Now, let's get this thing started. I got the weigh-ins out of the way. I got the shout-outs out of the way. The past couple weeks, what I've been doing is I'll come on here, I'll give my bets, and then I drop the link for Moiz. But what I'm going to do is this week, I'm just going to incorporate the whole thing. I'm going to drop the links, and then Moiz and I will go through the whole card. When it gets to my bets and my picks or whatever, I'm just going to go through it like that. So I'm going to drop the link here in a few minutes for Moiz and anybody else in the Dome, and then I'll drop the link for the Locker Room Talk podcast. And yeah, if anybody else from Pub or whatever wants to come through, just let me know. But yeah, I'm going to do that, and we will get this pregame kicked off properly. And I will try to not die from allergy-related shit, because I am stuffed up. Oh, what up, boy? What up, you old bud, you? You back up north? Make it safe and sound? Good to see you, man. How are you doing? I know shit's been kind of a whirlwind for you lately, but I will drop the link if you would like to come through. No pressure, of course, but appreciate you being here. You ready for these? You ready for these old UFC Atlantic City fights? I'm getting there, man. I'm getting pretty pumped about it, honestly. I'm more excited for this card than I have been for the last couple, and excited about a couple of these bets. And yeah, dude, I think it's gonna be a good one. I think this will be a good one. Now, without further ado, cheers, boys. The flavor of the day is Gelinade. Gelinade by, who did this one? Fuck, who is it? I can see it right now. It's not Curio. It's not Strain. It is... It's escaping me. It's escaping me. I can't fucking... Colta, maybe? Maybe Colta. In any case, it's a sativa hybrid. It's fucking dank. But yeah, cheers. I'm gonna kick off this pregame properly. Open up my doors, so to speak. Have a little gathering of barrages. Talk some shit about these bets and fights and stuff. So let me get this up there. Garage band. Stupid gay interloop. You're rip. You're rip. All right. The links are dropped. The links have been dropped. And then you sense a change. Nothing feels the same. Oh, your dreams are strange. Moiz comes walking in.
Yeah. We're back. We are back.
What is up, my dude? How are you?
Another Saturday. I'm good. I'm better now.
Nice, man. You sound better.
Yeah, I just had a flu. Fucking hate it.
Isn't it the worst, man?
It gets worse when you get older. That's the main thing I noticed this time. When you get these fevers, you start shivering and shit.
You think you're gonna die, and you're like, you kind of know, you're like, this is probably just the flu or something, but you're like, it feels like you're gonna fucking die in the moment. You're like, oh, it could be any time.
Yeah.
It's the fever will take me.
Yeah. Nobody can defeat getting old.
Nope. It did. Father
Nobody.
Time is undefeated, bro.
Nobody.
It's a cliche for a reason, man. Father Time
Nobody.
being undefeated.
Yep,
Shout out to my
yep.
dude Alex Ramirez, the general, fighting roosters.
The
and listening to
general.
Ice, dude.
Where the general. Other than that, the regular shit on MMA Twitter, fake bets, Photoshop, $1 million. What a fucking idiot. Just today we had a fucking Italian guy posting the SD Dumas.
Yeah, I don't understand the. All right, here comes Tim. Let me let him in.
Okay.
What's up, Tim? How are you, dude?
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All good. What's going on?
Same old shit, man. Just pre-gaming,
Casual talk.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
talking
Yeah.
talking $1,000,000 bets. Did you drop any of those?
$1,000,000 bet.
Yeah, dude. Tickets with
Uh,
6 zeros on them.
Yeah, I have a few. I have like a few late round props that honestly I feel like every one is gonna be like should have finished and they go to decision. I have like three that I'm like, I've bet that I'm like, these are all gonna go to decision and I'm gonna be mad when it happens, but might as well take a shot. You know?
Dude, all I can do is wish you best of luck. I cannot hit a time prop to save my dick, so I just stay far the fuck away from them, and I leave it to the experts. So I just wish you the best of luck on those.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, they it's weird, man. The books have gotten so much sharper on like round props. They used to hang like the worst lines ever, and now they've decreased the lines by like 30 to 40%. So they know what's going on.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's
Well,
almost like a pick the thing. They're like, okay, well, we know we're starting to lose. We're starting to lose to the public on this, but we'll get them right here. Like, fuck.
no, the We Want Pigs guy, Angelo, Italian fucking asshole. He posted SD Dumas mugshots. I don't understand why he did it. What's the point? Are you trying to rehabilitate him? Are you trying to help him, or
Right.
are you
That's
doing, are
that's
you
what I
doing
wonder. It's like,
journalism or some shit? You do a piece on him? What the fuck is the problem, man? What do
yeah.
you?
Did you guys? Were you guys? I did spaces with Sean today, and I was talking about how Dumas is my sponsor, and I really rely on him for my character and just to give me dependability and trustworthiness and genuine character. So he's the guy.
Yeah.
Get daily testimonials to yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, we all have an evil side and there's a good side, and it looks like the good side of SD is has a positive influence on you.
Well, the thing is like you're kind of alluding to, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, if I think he's gonna win the fight and he was a big underdog like he was, like, I'll take a little shot on it. I don't care if he's the best guy in the world or the worst guy. Like, I'm not like betting fighters because of like
Of their
fucking
character.
character or like
100%. They're usually pieces of shit. I mean, you'd have to imagine most are like abused and come from really shitty upbringings, and I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
Get punched in the head.
They get they like 80%. Yeah, exactly.
Nah, I'm only gonna bet a fighter unless he's a really good dude and he's never like done anything out of character ever.
So you've made like 0 bets then, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Fine.
Totally. So, well, shit. We had kind of talked about doing a thing, right, Moiz? Do you wanna kick it off with a little appetizer, a little musical moment? I tell you what, dude. There've been some fucking songs stuck in my head for the last couple of days.
Oh my goodness.
I think we should just knock it out, man. We did this. Was it last week or the week before with Surfer Rosa?
Last week.
Yeah, it was. So we, without further ado, man, I called it the Music Minute. If you can think of a better name, let me know. But hey, this is a great fucking album. Van Halen's 5150 turned 38 last Sunday.
Woo!
If this is this love in the first minute, I'm gonna be rocking out in my house here.
Oh my goodness,
dude, it's so fucking good.
It's
I had
got
only
what it takes. So
I'd only heard.
Yeah.
I'd only heard like that and like a couple of the other singles. Like, I hadn't listened to the entire album, but it was such a good time, man. There are some hidden gems in this one, like a motherfucker. This is a very underrated, incredible Van Halen album, in my opinion.
Yeah, Sammy Hagar joined the band. They wanted Patti Smith. She said no. They wanted Daryl Hall. He said no. Probably asked everybody, but he joined the band, and they suddenly discovered that this guy can sing in key. You know.
Dude, that's
So
what's so funny about it is like it's a joke. It's become a joke now. Like they even joked about it in Airheads, like or Joe Dirt, like it's Van Halen, not Van Hagar, and it's like you don't have to choose. It's not like you can only like Van Halen with David Lee Roth, or you can only like Van Hagar. It's like, no, man, this is just the guy's a good singer, and he doesn't have the same. He's not doing a lot of the crazy jumping around and stuff, but like
Yeah,
he's
he's
a
just
good
not
fucking
doing
singer.
incredible hard drugs. Is all. That's all it is. He's not completely wasted out of his gourd.
Yeah, and he's not a fucking like complete dickhead and like loose cannon. It's wild. But dude, this album is fucking great, man. Dreams. Everyone knows Dreams, and Love Walks In, and like the one Moiz was singing, Why Can't This Be Love? But dude, 5150, the title track is incredible, man. I really like that song.
but if you listen to the first song, right, Good Enough, the first if it's 38 years ago, you'll be thinking, oh, it's David Lee Roth, but it's not. But it's the hello baby, but it sounds like a classical David Lee Roth song.
Right.
Maybe it was a David Lee Roth song which they carried over.
Crazy too, because this like that some of the songs, it's like just the musicianship alone, like just the guitars and the drums, and like some of the choices that Alex Van Halen makes with like some of the fills, and like everyone knows how incredible Eddie is on guitar, but it's just like I was blown away, dude. The Get Up, that song kicks ass, man.
Yeah, it has electric drums, so you can play faster, with the toms.
Yep. Oh yeah. You can definitely hear the toms come through with the electronic sound with it, and it was great, man. I really enjoyed this album. Killer. It makes me feel old, but like at the same time, I would have thought that album came out. For some reason, I thought it came out later. I didn't realize it was like 1986. Like, holy shit.
How old are you guys?
I just turned
47.
40.
You just turned. Yeah, I'm 47 too. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. I
No,
guess
back in the day.
You're the youngest. You're the youngest.
I'm a squirt here, dude. I'm the young whippersnapper.
No, back in the thing is that the previous album, right, 1984, Jump was very popular, so I would watch the regular music channel on the TV, and I couldn't understand the difference in voices. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? This guy who's singing, why, the Jump song, right? David Lee Roth. Why is he sounding so different on this new song?
Right.
Yeah,
like,
I would watch the Hot for Teacher video. Like, I'd wait for that for MTV to get my first mental masturbatory moments in my life.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The first spank bank deposits. Dude, I was like reading just like random Wikipedia shit about Van Halen, just went down a little rabbit hole, and like I didn't know that originally fucking like Alex started out as a guitar player and Eddie was like the drummer, and like Alex started just playing Eddie's drums and got better, and he was like, okay, Eddie was like, okay, you're the drummer now, like, and because of that he took up the guitar and is now like, fast forward, he's become one of the greatest, most legendary guitar players of all fucking time. Just wild.
You guys know that Eddie was the guitar soloist on Michael Jackson's "Beat It"?
Yep.
Holy shit! I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah, if you listen to the riff, it's pretty clear.
Damn.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That's true.
But, dude, Moiz, I gotta give it to you again though, man. Like, just like with Surfer Rosa, this was such a good time and put me in such a good mood. I've been pissing my wife off so much, just like I can't stop singing like, why can't
Summer Nights and my radio. Just great songs.
Summer
Great.
Nights is awesome. Just the whole, it's got some great power ballads, but also just some classic like kick-ass Van Halen shit.
Just the voice is amazing. Very high pitched and screamer.
Yeah.
Able to sustain notes while screaming.
Right. Yeah.
know?
Plays a little bit more straightforward. Like,
Yeah, David Lee Roth is like, blah, 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 blah,
yeah, dude. Yeah.
Coke
Sammy Hagar
rips up the vocal cords, man. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You start doing those really hard drugs, and a lot of them, especially the Coke, it's just like, yeah, you lose your chords instantaneously.
Yeah.
The Coke helps with the high notes, right? The Coke, because it clears up all the sinuses and widens the breathing canals.
But that drip down the back of your throat, though, it'll get you.
Yeah, the boogers. Yeah.
It'll get you. All right. Well, yeah. Just wanted to bang that out real quick. I thank you again, though, Moiz. That is such a fucking awesome album. Anybody that hasn't listened to that cover to cover, 5150 fucking rocks. And don't let anyone tell you that albums or songs with Sammy Hagar is not. It's like, dude, who cares if he can't do a fucking like switch kick? He's a great singer, and this is a great fucking album.
Are we playing a song here now, or what are we doing?
No, I'm not. My channel is very small, but I'm not going to risk a copyright strike.
What's your guys' top 3 songs of that album?
Ooh, I honestly I don't know it that well, to be honest. I only would say the one that I've heard on MTV a bunch.
Yeah.
For me, Moiz, I will say, I have to put the title track on there. I have to put that at number 3, and then I will say Love Walks In, and then Why Can't This Be Love? That's probably my top 3. But top 5, I would put Get Up in there, and also Dreams. I know it's like kind of cheesy and poppy, but it's so fucking catchy, dude. Like, dude, I couldn't. I was singing that shit all day.
Yeah. Now, I'd say best of both worlds. Why Can't This Be Love and Get Up. Actually, Get Up is a track I used to listen to a lot when I was in the gym. Start working out. It helps a lot. Push through. So.
What up, boy? Big Show says Big Drip Show. Aaron the dog himself says, what's goody? Rajas, same old bullshit. If you want to come through, you're welcome.
Yep. So next week we'll have another album.
Yeah, man.
Which one? I don't know. We'll see.
Shit, I don't know either, man. I can't wait to see what the next one. Give me some good choices, dude. We'll come up with another one.
Sure.
Well, got a decent panel here. Y'all want to just jump into these fucking fights? Tim, you're welcome to stay as long or short as you want to. And Moiz, obviously, we had talked about just going through the card real quick, and if you got reads or plays or whatever, man, just shoot from the hip. But we'll go through order. Like, it doesn't have to be real long breakdowns or anything. But yeah, I'm gonna make my plays and picks official on all these. So yeah.
The decision. I hope the sub comes from Callan in the first fight. But if he gets a decision.
You cut out a little bit. You said sub for Cal, but if he gets a decision,
if he gets a decision, I'm okay with it because I have that in some parlays. But I'm hoping he subs him.
Nice. Yeah, I do. So I
just think Pacheco's like one of those. Go. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I just think Pacheco's just one of those guys he's coming down in weight, so be interesting to see how that affects him. But I just think that the grappling edge for Colin is going to be bigger than the striking edge. I think that it's not like Pacheco's like super, like amazing on the feet, but he's durable and he's going to throw a ton of volume, so that could be a little bit closer. And I feel like Colin can be a little bit plodding on the feet. He struggled athletically with Lapalus last fight. That was a tough matchup for him. But right. I think this is kind of like a take this dude down and ground and pound him until he turns and gives his back up, trying to get up.
Yeah, I don't like that line at all, and it's gotten out of fucking control, dude. It's like minus 450 now. But I do like Loughran. I got to go against my boy Aaron the dog here. I will say this though, man. If Pacheco wins, I got to give Aaron the dog ridiculous credit because he's one of the only people I've seen that is just like, nah, Angel Pacheco all fucking day. He's been saying it all week, but yeah, I took shout out to the boys on the Locker Room Talk podcast. We didn't do one this week because Public Palooza has been going on, but I decided to make a parlay myself just in the spirit of things because normally what we do on the podcast is like we'll construct a parlay, like a couple legs will be unanimous, like we all agree on this certain favorite, and then we'll add our own. But I just decided to do this, man. I was talking with Mills a little bit and Big Show, and I constructed a parlay. But Callan Loughran is the first leg of it. Mills like Loughran, and I do too. I think he bounces back here. I think that yes, I do think Pacheco is a good fighter. He's tough, but I think that Loughran is a little bit more skilled overall and in the grappling in particular. Like, I think he's going to be stronger here. I don't know that to be true. We're going to find out, but I just feel like he's going to be stronger. And I feel like he's going to make sure he gets a win here. Like, I feel like he was like kind of frustrated with the result last time, and he's already had that first fight. So yeah, give me Loughran here in this first leg. This is what it looks like, but yeah, Callan will be the first leg of that, man. I'm doing this in the absence of the podcast this week, but be back next week with Mills and Billy and Big Show and them. What do you think, Moiz? This first fight?
Yeah, I got Loughran by decision. Explain it in the dome. Loughran takes his time, round one, makes some reads, then makes the necessary switches round two. So I got him by decision. Pacheco is a very tough guy, so yeah.
He is tough.
Yeah.
Very tough. That fight with Danny Silva was awesome. But yeah, it is kind of making me nervous that like Loughran seems to be like a unanimous like kind of parlay piece, but I do think he's a better fighter and we'll get it done. And I think some people go ahead.
Not like his last fight against Lapilus. He had the correct game plan, but he didn't have the skills to execute it.
Totally.
But Farid had the same game plan, but he had the skills. So.
He 100% agree with that. I think it might be it might be a good live bet spot. Like you might see Pacheco have a little bit of like success, and then you get like a minus 150 to minus 200 after round one or something like that, and then you could possibly attack it then at a better line. Because I agree that he does kind of start off a little bit slower, but I think that it's just weird how huge these live lines change in the middle of a round. So if he has any success early and he's that you might see some people biting hard on plus 300s and plus 250s, and the line might come down quick.
Right. Yeah, that's not a bad look at all. So this one here, boys, I got nothing on this. I like Gatto to win. I'm picking her in the pub contest. She's going to be my Tapology pick, but I don't feel very strongly about it. And I was talking about this on Wednesday with Aaron. He said it too, and I totally agree. She fucking pulls guard like it is her fucking occupation, dude. Like she gets paid salary to fucking pull guard and just go to the ground immediately. So I'm not betting it, but if y'all got a stronger feeling on it than that or on Dudakova, let me know because I got nothing here.
I'll take over. I got Gatto by sub, round two. Physicality, BJJ skills, punching power. So she's being criticized for the Lipsky loss, but she had a fractured right hand, so she couldn't punch with full force or grapple that heavy. But most of the cappers don't know that because this is inside info from herself, between me and her. Which I posted in the dome.
Yeah, I like Melissa the Cat here by sub as well. I haven't taken any rounds. I just bet the sub alone, but I might stab small in sub 2, sub 3. Jinyu Frey taking down Dudakova is just a fucking gigantic red flag. She's like a 105er. and she's fighting up at 115, and she seemed physically stronger. And then she was just dumb as hell that she didn't grapple later on in the fight after it was so simple.
And Maria Silva took her down as well, but problem with Maria, she tried to jump on these submissions instead of establishing some form of control and work. Soften the body, get some damage in before the subs.
Yeah, I hope Gatto gets the sub. I've got a bet on it. I'm with you.
Yeah, I like it. I might that might be the I think I picked her by sub, but yeah, I don't know, man. I just no. What's up, Noah? Noah says Gatto lock of the card. Great. Bo taking notes. What's up, Bo Jackson? What are you doing? So we'll just press on from that one. Moiz, I will let you take over on this one, my friend, because you sent me and put it in the dome too. Just a ridiculous. I can't believe I hadn't seen this before and this hadn't circulated before. The rematch heard round the world, I suppose.
Oh, Anton Turkai. I got Anton by submission round 2. You heard him. Aslan has one round of gas, then he'll be tired. And I assume Anton's grappling will be much better than Aslan this time as well. Yeah, the rematch will be the same.
Oh, I am Abu. I can't count to 10.
Yes.
Like, it was so that fucking first fight and the fact that this rematch is even happening is so greasy. But I am Tim. I don't know if you ever watch Aaron's show, but I've been doing this a couple times. If it's like a fight that's not super duper high level and I can't make up my fucking mind, a lot of people talk about, oh, man, this is a coin flip. I will really flip a coin, and it has been uncannily accurate recently. I've been going like 2 for 2, 3 for 3. So I did it again on this one, and the coin spoke and it said Turkali. So that's going to be my pick. Turkali is the first leg of this glorious Zhang Li parlay. Shout out to the man himself, Aaron the Dog. He was in the chat earlier. The Zhang Li has been hot fire, boys. The Zhang Li's hit like twice in the last month or so. So he's the first leg. I'm picking Turkali, but yeah, I think it's going to be hairy again. I think it is going to be like a condensed version of the first fight. I feel like everything that happened in the fight will happen again, but it'll all be in the first round. So I'm going to say Turkali by first round sub.
It's Turkali. It's not Turkal. Turkai. It's Turkali.
Turkali?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's just early Ebo, late Turkali for me. I mean I just think it's quite like, I mean, Ebo looks like his cycle is done and he might have started estrogen because he's got the gyno thing happening.
He does, man. He's got a little side titty.
So I think that's, it's not a good look for him, but as well, like Anton getting nuked by Tyson Pedro is aging like milk, because he's always been one of those guys that can take a bunch of damage, but then when you see the fighters that can take a bunch of damage and have taken a ton, and like you kind of rely on it, and then they get KO'd early, it usually goes down quick after that. So I really wouldn't be shocked if the damage that he got in the first round, the last fight, this time is actually enough to get him out. But I also think that if he doesn't get him out in round 1, that he's pretty gassy. I mean, he's a major gas bag. So I do think round 2, round 3 for Turkali is not terrible.
Right. Do y'all reckon that's what the reason for the line is? Because he won the first fight, but yeah, it was close. Like he almost got knocked out. And do you think that like maybe in some recency bias against Anton? Because he's the underdog.
Yeah,
surprised by that.
Yeah, it's too volatile of a fight, and he just doesn't. I mean, also I think the early KO last fight is like, it also weighs on people. That I mean, it's not like if he can't take damage anymore, this could be really easy for Ebo, But
right.
at the same time, if Ebo doesn't really connect, and I mean, Anton's Anton's striking defense is absolutely, he's a fucking punching bag. So it's not like he's, not going to get hit. He's going to get hit, and it's just a question of if he can take the punches. So
Right.
Well, you have to factor in that he's with a good team in Sweden, and they'll improve some of that striking defense. It's not like he can't evolve. So he got knocked out for the first time. So he'll have a slightly different approach, I feel like.
Yeah, it's so funny, man. Some rematches, it's like exact same fucking result, and some of them it's completely different. And it's just like it seems like there's been a lot of rematches that maybe like were or were not necessary, but we just fucking get them anyway. They're like, nah, let's just randomly rematch these fucking like low level dudes. Like, all right,
yeah, you
whatever.
mean you didn't want to see Moiz versus Wood and what's her face, Panty?
Dude,
versus
exactly. Like,
Shayson?
what the fuck is this?
those are classic matchups that you got to get at least 2 or 3 fights with them.
Oh yeah, it's like, well, I could watch that fight like 15 times, bro. But yeah,
Moreau's got some big ass titties.
Yeah, she bought those after the fight, right?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Montserrat Rendon, you want to talk about some big old titties? Jesus Christ.
Fantastic.
She got some mammarals, dude. They're bigger than her fucking skull. All right, so this one has been kind of I won't say it's like the battleground fight, but I've seen a couple people on Matthews, and then several people on Bazooka. But what do y'all kind of feel about this one?
Pass.
I said the same thing in Spaces. I said the same thing. I'm like, dude, this is an ultra pass fight.
I feel strangely confident in Bazooka. I don't know why.
I don't know why. I mean, no offense. I don't know why anybody could have confidence in him.
Please tell me why. Why do I feel that way? He's a dude.
I can't tell you. Yeah, I can't tell you why you do. I mean, I'm not saying
I am, but I don't even have an answer. Like I'm asking myself, like, why am I so confident in this fucking dude? But I just am.
I think it's pronounced Bazooja.
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 Well,
that's not nearly as fun as Bazooka, though.
I was gonna say, yeah. I'm Arkansas white trash, so I'm just gonna say Bazooka.
Me and my Eurotrash interpretations.
Hey, did we miss a fight on Malkoun?
Yeah, exactly. We missed that fight, so
oh shit.
I'd say pass there as well.
Well, there you are. Yeah, Petrosky. I didn't even fucking make the banner. Sure didn't. All right. Well, yeah. Let me. Malkoun versus Petrosky. Yeah, dude. Pass in capital letters, all caps. These are two dudes that I don't like, and I like to fade both of them whenever I can. And I'm a huge Demolidor stan boy, so that was great fun. It was just like, oh, fading Petrosky and backing my boy Michel shamelessly at the same time. Yeah, sign me up. But this, I feel like Malkoun should win, but him getting just fucking starched by Petrosky wouldn't surprise me either. I feel like this is one where one fighter is better, but it's just, I don't like it. I feel like Petrosky could maybe catch him early, and I just want to stay away.
Yeah, I kind of think the same thing. I think the same thing. I think it could be Petrosky round 1, or like he has a tendency to gas pretty hard after the 6-7 minute mark, and he fights through it against certain guys. But I think this is a tough matchup to fight through it. I think he could sneakily catch him on a sub or bonk him, but I think the decision equity is really low for Petrosky here, and I do think this is one of those late round props, even though Malkoun is not a finisher, but this is one of those late round props that I'm like seeing 900 and 1200 on 2 and 3, and I'm like, I might throw like a couple shekels on this, expecting it to totally lose, and then have him in some parlays with points.
I mean, I like it though, because Petrosky does consistently gas against a fighter that, unless his opponent dies, then yeah, he's gonna that little gas bar is just going to go all the way down. And like Malkoun is a pretty steady Eddie Maggette kind of fighter. So yeah, I don't hate it. What do you think, Moiz?
I guess I have to give my 2 cents about this fight, my opinion.
Wow, don't you ever band my name about willy-nilly like that. How fucking dare you?
Here is it.
Oh, the carousel
Yes,
is out.
dude. Okay. It is time, boys. I got a banner ready and everything. You bet your fucking sweet ass. Carousel time, boys.
Who's getting carousel? That's the question.
Not just the fight itself. It's gonna
That
be
is the
boring.
question.
It's gonna be boring. It's gonna be a lot of homoerotic movements on the ground. So yeah, I guess it's a nice fight to take a shit break and drink some coffee or something. I don't know. Yeah.
I think you're right, man. Like, because if Petrosky just smokes Malkoun,
Yeah.
that's not a good look at all.
And because last time, right, he got DQ'd. I mean, that's that's carousel of all carousels.
Oh, yeah, dude, thank you for bringing that up. You want to talk about having something in the bag and just like, nah, let me just not fumble the bag. Let me just flip it upside down and just dump all the contents out and just got, nah, there it is. Like,
Yeah, that fight. I mean, the funny thing is that was like the first time that he got in top position and was like super aggro and actually struck and like tried to finish a fight. Every other time he's been just completely control and doing nothing, and then this time he's like, oh no, I'm gonna try to finish this guy, and then he fucking gets DQ'd. So he's probably gonna like just try to be a decisionator right now.
dude, I know, and it's like what he's known as kind of like a smart fighter, like almost like too cerebral, and then he's like trying to jock my boy Jan style all of a sudden, just like getting all murderous. It's like, god damn it, like you were total. I think he busted a parlay of mine too, and I'm sure I won't be the only one, but that fight really pissed me off.
Yeah, well, maybe Malkoun's car broke down in Australia. He wanted the bonus. You know,
He
my
didn't want to get Wolf Creek.
my car broke down, mate. My car broke down, mate.
Think he could help me with some petrol.
Everybody winning their 28-1 KO DQ round one props were tilting because I didn't play that shit. And I was like, oh my God, that's
I
gross.
played half a unit for
Oof.
round 1 KO.
God, that's so gross. Congratulations.
Dude, it was like Brundage backers, like one shining moment. It's like, motherfuckers. I couldn't believe that shit. All right, but yeah, so the loser of this fight, I mean, anyone listening to the stream, the man in the top right, your top right corner, inspired by Tim masturbating Daffy Duck gif, that is the owner of the carousel, and the loser of this fight is going to get a nice little spin. So just know that.
No one escapes us.
No one. I'm conditioned for the carousel. I've got my own like seat. And if you try and take it, we're gonna have to fucking fist fight or something. I don't know. But
Jesus fucking Christ. Darren Stewart got knocked out by a 44-year-old bum from Brazil. Holy shit.
In Cage Warriors?
Yeah. I hate Cage Warriors. I told you, man. You can't trust Loughran, man.
Dude, it's like the Cleveland Browns, man. It's just like
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my days. Holy shit. He was like minus 1,000, right?
Darren Stewart is always a fade.
Holy shit.
God bless America. Really stoppage. Yeah, that's ridiculous. But yeah, so there you go. The loser of this fucking fight, the loser of Malkoun Petrosky. I love it because this should be a Malkoun victory, but I can see him just like looking up at the light, getting knocked out in like a crazy looking way. We'll see though. Well, how about let's talk about the only mugger-fugger to miss weight, going up a fucking weight class, somehow gaining weight on the second attempt, and fighting Gilbert's brother. How awesome is this fight?
That's why you need digital scales, not analog, because it's pure physics. You have a scale. It has a potentiometer, and the more you use it, the more the scale will drift towards a certain level. And if you don't calibrate your scale, you'll have these errors in the measurements. So it's
I'll be
dumb.
honest with you, Moiz. I'm pretty stoned, and I totally just like spaced out, and my eyes started going cross when you started using those big words. So you're saying it's something about the calibration, like
Any measurement type of equipment needs calibration, because any measurement type of devices will drift, because all measurement devices are calibrated to a standard, right?
right.
So the more you use it, it will
Right.
drift.
It's like with a triple beam balance, you have to readjust that too.
Yeah, you have to readjust to a certain standard. So this is what happened. Nobody calibrated it.
That was a cringy weigh-in too, man, because the guy that was operating the scale, he kept like standing in the way of the photographer, and she kept having to ask him to like move out of the way, and it was getting really fucking awkward, dude. It happened like 10 fucking times. It was like messing up. Like Algio thought that she was talking to him. Like, no, Bill, you stay there, dude. Scale, dude, you move out of the way. It was just really cringy, man. It was very, very awkward. But yeah, that's it just stuns me too that you, I mean, and you're a very intelligent person, but like that you, like, just a fan knows that, and like the fucking commission and the people in charge of the actual fucking fights and making sure that they go down and everything's above board, doesn't know that or can't figure that out in the moment. It's just insane.
Yeah. It's a binary fight, so I got Burns round 1 sub at plus 1200, and then I have Ars by round 3 actually. So I
Yeah, I
played
got
both
round
sides.
same thing. Round 2, round 3 for Arce, and round 1 sub for Burns just as a hedge. But I think it's 2-3 for Arce.
Yeah, there's some talk, rumblings about Burns winning decisions. Here is the issue. Those decisions were in Japan, where they have the global rule set. So basically, what it is, if Burns has 5 submission attempts and is close to a finish in round 1, and just plays guard round 2 and 3, he'll win the fight because he was closest to winning the fight. So don't look too much into his decision probability, because it's not what you think it is.
Right. I think he's got to sell out to get a submission, or maybe like a crazy like flying knee knockout or something. I kind of just feel like Arce knocks him out either in round 1 or 2. But I really don't have a strong feeling about when it's going to happen. I just feel like it's going to be an Arce knockout. I'm making my Tapology picks right now as we speak. I'm locking them in. So I think I'm going to say Julio Arce round 2. I'm going to say Hurts Burns at like the end of the first round.
Right,
He gets saved by the bell, and then he fucking picks up where he left off and gets him out of there.
Right.
First into the second.
Right.
Yeah. But that's about all I got on that one. I'm not betting it. It's just, what the fuck? Like, that's just absurd. Boys, this is another coin flip. I flipped the coin because I just didn't. I knew I wasn't going to bet it, and I just didn't give enough of a fuck. And Loopy's too unreliable, and Janji Doba, I don't really like have strong reads on her either. She's a person that I can't really quite get my like finger on. So I flipped the coin. I asked the coin to speak, and it told me Vina Janji Doba, or however you pronounce her name. So that's going to be my pick. But this is one of the fights where I just really have no idea how it's going to play out, what the method of victory is going to be. I'm picking Verna, but it's my most like I have no fucking clue. So I mean, y'all tell me, dude. Anybody in the chat, y'all let me know. I've got nothing here.
Go ahead, Moiz.
I got Loopy by decision. If Verna gets in trouble, she'll pull guard and stay safe. Boring fight. 30-27. Loopy. That's it. Don't want to talk about it more.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably a loopy decision, but I have a passion of losing money on late round props for loopy. So yeah, it's probably going to be I already sprinkled a little bit on round 2, round 3, and round 2, round 3 KOs like plus 2,800. I think that Verna slows down in every round 3, but
does.
I mean, I do think that if Loopy's stupid and she takes her down, she could get subbed early, though. So she makes mistakes, and she's significantly worse jiu-jitsu wise. But I don't think standing. I don't think it's very close.
Yeah, it's funny because I normally don't like Godinez as a stand-up, and then I was thinking about this matchup. It's like she probably is better than Verna, but I worry about like if Verna's the one getting the takedowns, if she's kind of getting tuned and she's like, nah, I'm just gonna take you down. And she does have a pretty good top game, so that's why it's just like, I'm staying away, dude. But like I feel like Loopy is the rightful favorite. It's just too sketchy. But I'm interested to see how this one pans out because this is normally a little bit higher of a level fight than I rely on the coin for. So I could be forcing it here. So we'll see if this is me pushing it or if there's could be something here. But yeah, it's a pass for me. Now this one, I like Nate, but everyone else seems to as well. And I'm just nervous. But I did get a free bet from MGM, and I threw Landwehr in my church's chicken greasy ass fucking 4-piece. But yeah, I feel like this will be close too.
Yep.
Moiz, is that you?
Yep. Hold on a second.
Yeah, and split plus 400, not bad. Nate by split plus 1,100, not bad. I think
Greasy, I love it.
It's probably close, and he spams enough volume, and Emmers is dumb to give him some moments. But I think Emmers is better in general, just everywhere except for fight IQ.
Dude, totally. And that's like the one thing. Like Nate is tough. He's gonna press forward, and he will have the volume. So it's like if you do something stupid, he'll capitalize on it, like stealing around, stealing a fucking, I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of a pick 'em, and it's weird because there are two fighters that have good losses, but neither of them have like a crazy standout win. It's just, I don't know. I like Nate as an underdog though, for sure. They're pretty much
Nate the Train, baby. Nate the Train. I'm with Nate the Train, man.
Same. So this is
there's nothing special about Jamal Emmers, man. Nothing. If he was, he'd be a top 10 right now. He's been in the UFC 4 years now.
Yeah, I feel like he's a little bit overrated. Like Landwehr he loses to like a certain level, but I don't know if Emmers is that level. Like I feel like they're pretty close to the same, and just he showed me a lot in that Ige fight actually, and he looked good at the end of it. Like I feel like he's gonna win the third round at a pretty fucking decent clip. So like if he can get the second one, like I don't know, he starts quick. I could see 30-27 Nate potentially, but I like him as an underdog, and this being a free bet, I had no qualms about parlaying a dude that I was going to bet straight up anyway. So fuck it.
Yep.
So, but yeah, that's really all I got. Like this one should be fun though. I feel like this could be fight of the night, and actually, this will be. I normally have like burning questions for the chat and shit, but fight of the night is always the first one, and this will be my pick. I think that they actually do put on a show because like Tim was saying, I feel like Emmers is the better striker, but like Nate is a dog, so let's fucking go. What's next? Yeah. Cheaty and Skeletor. What do y'all think about this one?
Oh boy.
The baby.
Round 3 McKee. That's my bet. That's what's gonna happen.
What do you think, Tim?
I don't know. I think it's all based on what Cheaty we see. I think Cheaty can fuck him up early in round 1 if he goes super aggro. If he doesn't go super aggro though, and he stays somewhat reserved, I think that Cheaty by decision at 8-1 is a fucking wild number because I think he's a better striker and a cleaner striker. He's got a little bit of length advantage. Reese is usually used to having that edge himself, and he's not gonna have it this fight. And I think that Reese is 0-3-1 in decisions, and Cheaty's 7-2 in decisions. So I think if the fight goes, I really like 8-1. But I also think I don't hate Reese in round 3 for just the obvious, like if Cheaty does gas or if he does try to put it on him early, and that's kind of Reese's style is to be able to walk through damage and Homer Simpson the defense and then just keep coming at guys. But I just feel like if Cheaty's kind of like keeping him and keeping him at range and jabbing him up and just staying away from him, I think that he could win a decision at 8-1. I don't think it's a terrible look.
Dude, that's really sneaky because anyone that I've heard talk about this fight is either like the exact opposite of like what you said, like Reese will break him or Cheaty will just fucking obliterate him in the first. So I think that decision is nice because, yeah, man, like that's what McKee relies on, like breaking his opponent. And I just don't know if he's quite has the firepower as some of the dudes that have broken Cheaty. Like he was looking real good in that Rodriguez fight. Like I think there's a serious fight. You mentioned the striking advantage, which I wholeheartedly agree with, but there is a serious power advantage. And I do think Cheaty knocks him out, but I do. I just feel like it's first or second round, and I just don't feel like McKee is going to be the dude to like break him. Now, if he is, then yeah, more power to anybody on McKee. But I said this to Aaron Thursday or Wednesday, and I'm gonna stick with it. Like Cheaty couldn't make 155 pounds unless he was being put into the ground, like unless he was an actual corpse. And I just think there's going to be a size, strength, and power advantage, and I think that plays out. So not something I'm going crazy with, but in the absence of a locker room talk podcast this week, that's going to be my second leg. Big Show likes Cheaty as well, so I'm gonna ride with Show on that one, and that's the second leg. But yeah, it's that's all I got really. But yeah, I think Cheaty should get him out of there. But Moiz, you're on the other side, so go fuck yourself. I hope you lose. No, I'm just kidding. What's next? This one, Bill Senior Perfecto versus Kyle. I'm still somehow kind of relevant Nelson, which is crazy.
Wow. I'd say team should start.
You must know that this is my third late round prop that's going to lose, and the guy goes to decision. This is the one. This is number 3. They're all 3 are definite decisions, but I'm going to have to bet round 2 and 3. Algio can put it on him. He could sub him late. He could put him on him and KO him late. I think it could look similar to the Billy Quarantillo fight, where he just volumes him up, and if Kyle tries to stay at range and do nothing, he's not going to be allowed to do that in this fight, kind of similar to the Billy fight. And then I also think that if Kyle tries to grapple early, he's just going to gas himself out. So I like Bill round 2, round 3, probably round 3, but willing again to put some small bets out that I know are going to lose.
Dude, I'm pulling for you on these, Tim, because I'm not like much of a prop guy, but I'm on all of these sides. Like we're on the same side of all these fights, and like I don't feel strongly about the methods or like when it's gonna happen. So I'm pulling for you on these fucking late props, dude. Because I think, like Nelson to me, I feel like he's been overperforming, and I feel like Algio is gonna be fired up with the New York crowd. Well, New York, New Jersey, it's pretty much close to the same shit. I know people will fucking crucify you for saying that, but kind of it is. Yeah, I think he styles and profiles. I do think there is potential though, because of the pace that he works at. Nelson likes to slow the fight down. And if he can't do that, Algio certainly won't. And if he sees Nelson starting to like wilt a little bit, he will kind of start to extend his combos. And yeah, I could see that old third round Sir William sub. So I'll be pulling for you, dude. I've kind of been waffling on that myself with the Tapology pick. I think in the pub contest I picked Algio third round sub. I'll say Algio decision on Tapology, but yeah, I'm rooting for that third round for you.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Nelson's in his last two fights have been given like Builder and Padilla came out and did like, it's just not the style that you're used to seeing from him, and he got both fights like Builder sucks, so it's like I just think both of those fights are stylistically better for him, but I agree. He's a guy that I'm looking to usually fade, and if you got on him the last two fights, congratulations.
Yeah, no shit. And I feel like Fernando got robbed too. But all right, well, this is the first bet I made. Me and Moiz were talking about this. And we've been talking about it in the Dome all week. I am on Dumas. I really fucking hate that Clint has hammered him, but I'm taking a stab like fucking oh god. What y'all think, man?
I got Ruzi round 2 submission.
Fuck you, Moiz.
Yeah.
Fucking dying.
And I also got Algio by submission round 3 as well. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot that one.
And do the 3-3 parlay, submission round 3, round 3 Algio parlayed with McKee round 3. So nice little juicy number there. Yeah, I mean, if you're having a hard time fighting Abu Azaitar, you're in big trouble here, I guess. So
that is 100% true. I mean, I agree with that. It's not only is he having trouble with him, like he made Josh Fremd look like fucking Floyd Mayweather. Like he does not take shots well. I can see it being like a bonk, like a head kick bonk, or just like doing completely bonks him and goes for the ground and pound. And I could also completely see a club and sub. I think it happens probably early one or two.
Yeah. I'm thinking he, lays and prays round 1, softens up.
Oh, well, you must be very proud of yourself.
Round 2,
I'm definitely had a little bit of buyer's remorse, but this is my case for Dumas. And it's not very strong, but hear me out. Or don't, but this is going to be my take on it. And this has been my take all week. And I will go ahead and make this my official snoozer of the night, boys. I think this is going to be a fucking big old steaming pile of dog poopy. I feel like Dumas is going to slow the fight down. I feel like he may take some damage early, but my official pick and what I'm praying to the fucking Lord above will be the result for my selfishly for my bet. Is that Dumas will slow the fight down, and Ruzaboev, who does not fare well over the distance, who I do consider to be a little bit of a fraudulent front runner, not quite to the extent as some people that are laying fucking 5 units on it, but I do think there is some truth to that. And yeah, Dumas by greasy split, snoozer of the night. Everyone hates it. I love it. But maybe a little, maybe I'm being the king of wishful thinking here, but yeah, that'll be my official pick. But I'm definitely, when I saw that a hammer like that was dropped by the dropper of it, dude, it was fucking Nicholson shining fucking kitchen gif, like god damn it. So we'll see. Yeah, it really is.
You got to take a shot on the split decision from him. It's a juicy line if you like it.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yep. So yeah, I do feel like it could go to split. He could get killed. He could just get starched, but I feel like he's a decent kickboxer. But yeah, Nurse Sultan could obliterate him. We'll see. Definitely wouldn't bet it now. Like the line closed in, and yeah. But I'll take the plus 230. So that's my that's part of my greasy fucking little piker slate. It was the first bet I made, and it's only a half unit, but I'm only risking a unit total on this card. I got a couple free bets, but if that hits, that's my whole night. And I definitely wouldn't bet it now, though. It's just Nurse Sultan is rightfully favored, but yeah, I feel like it'll be a fucking stinker. But we can move on. So like, is Chris Weidman gonna die in the first round, or the second round, or the third round, or is he getting that submission and fucking making some people rich?
Oh boy.
Double fucking carousel, boys. Oh man, 1-2 punch. Moiz set him up with a jab, and then right cross straight down the fucking pipe. Knock your ass out. All right, here we go. Carousel time again.
Yeah,
Keeping me on my toes.
This is because I've had some time to think about it, and there's a strong possibility Weidman is successful with the takedowns and is able to pass guard and actually submit him. If he doesn't submit him, he'll most likely
Yes. Preach.
yeah. If he doesn't submit him in round 1, then he'll most likely try to hold on to him in round 2. And then Silva knocks him out in round 3. So that's why it's the carousel fight. Because if Silva doesn't knock him out round 3, you'll probably see a 10-8. So we might actually get a draw here as well. So
What does the draw pay out, Moiz?
Plus 8,000.
Jesus fucking Christ Almighty!
I mean, how many times has Weidman lost in round 3? So.
Boy, you put a grip on that, you can fucking retire. Lord have mercy.
So because I know round 1 Weidman will be able to take him down. I know.
What? I don't hate it. I really don't. Like, I get it. I don't hate it, and I get it. Weidman is way more credentialed. He's a better fighter overall. More well-rounded, more experienced. I feel like he has better cardio, better jiu-jitsu, better wrestling. Like, you can even argue his striking is not like close to the same level. I don't think the power is the same, but it's like a durability thing, and a just like, yeah, like not only his chin, like his ability to either get knocked out or like knock out resistance, but just like his body's durability. And I get it though. Silva is not really on his level. If this was Chris Weidman like 5 or 6 years ago, this is the Chris Weidman that was like about to fight Rockhold, he would smoke this motherfucker. Like, they wouldn't even make the fight. He would not get a fight against Chris Weidman. But
I think the narrative is in play. I mean, it was either Silva or Michael Olachejik, you know?
Right.
No submission defense.
I can see it though. Like, I can close my eyes, blur my eyes, and see Chris Weidman, All-American takedown, taking the back and choking him out in the first round. And like, I said this on Wednesday, and I stand by this as well.
It's still my boy. It's still my boy.
There will be grown men that are gonna come. They're gonna come if Weidman fucking hits that. So, yeah. What do you think, Tim?
Yeah, man, I agree with pretty much everything Moiz was saying there. I agree with you as well that he's an all-around better fighter. I think Silva is also old. He's also showing he can't take the same damage. I mean, the best fight that he's had in the UFC was against fucking Pereira, getting his ass beaten and living, and I feel like that fight took years off of his life and busted his chin. He got outstruck by GM3, and GM3 was beating his ass until he knocked him down and went for the sub.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, I just don't think that it's like he's so much better on the feet than Weidman, and I don't think that Weidman's going to give him a lot of times where he is just standing with him. I think he's going to try to clinch him. I think he's going to try to take him down. And, once that happens, I just think that they gave him the he's got the fakest fucking black belt of all time. They gave him the black belt after he got grapple fucked for 10 minutes by Andrew Sanchez. And then he knocks him out standing in round 3. And then his coach comes in and promotes him to a black belt. So it's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you can't, like, it's just one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. I just laughed so hard when I saw that. I'm like, oh, so he did something good there? Like, what did he do well in that fight, grappling wise? He just got totally wrestle fucked. So yeah, I think that I'm on for the sub for Weidman, but yeah, I'm hoping you can get it done.
Yeah, I don't want to see Weidman go out sad. Like I've already been like hoping that the dude retire. Like Machida's my favorite fighter. Like he like I'm on record with that. Like Lyoto Machida is the reason that I started training Shotokan and started doing martial arts. Period. So that's my dude. And like I watched that fucking Machida Weidman fight in B Dubs 2014. I remember that live. I was the only dude in there screaming when Machida hurt him in the 4th round. But like. So I have a lot of respect for Chris Weidman, and
yeah,
like
I mean,
I hold him in very high regard. Like
that's the other thing is like Weidman's chin isn't like dust. It's like he got kneed by Romero, which have knocked out 98% of the world. He got a leg break, which shouldn't even count as a KO. Like I know what it is that a KO loss, but to us it shouldn't count as a KO loss. Jacare was another like kind of 3-shot bonk situation where it's like, okay, that he connected and he got him out. But the other 2 knockouts are like, just like you said, they're just Machida and they're like and I think Rockhold just beating the living shit out of him and then finishing him attritionally. So I'm not really sure that it's like a one shot. He's not like Matt Schnell and fucking Malcolm Gordon out there or Julian.
Right. And like he has a ton of heart, dude. Like Machida hurt him and he survived it and won that fight. Like he has been hurt and come back and won fights. What I'm really worried about is like maybe Silva does fucking decide to throw leg kicks and just fucking really fucks his leg up again, like or brutally knocks him out. Like I don't like. Again, I'm not a Weidman fan, but I do have a lot of respect for the dude as a fighter, and like I'm picking Silva by knockout, but like. I know there's some people on Weidman, and I'll be rooting for y'all, man, because that'll be a nasty little cleanup, and that'll be one for the ages. But yeah, I'm worried he just goes out sad here, but we'll see. We'll see. And hey, dude, Moiz, I love the double carousel there, dude. That little curveball there.
Shit. The good shit.
Dude, that's rightful too, man. I feel like that's justified for sure. Because it's going to be crazy, like it has all the makings of a carousel fight, like one that's like maybe shouldn't be happening. Like I don't know, but it'll be Silva getting choked will be ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, so co-main, this is one of my stronger reads. I just think it's a levels fight. And I'm hoping to fucking God Luque wins because I'm invested in Luque in pretty much almost, if not all, my parlays. He is fucking anchoring a couple, and he's like the second to last leg in 1 or 2. Let's see here. Let me put a point on it here. Okay, so my greasy 4-piece free bet from fucking Pariah MGM. He's in there, of course, and he is in the fucking Zhongli, so let's fucking go. Shout out to Aaron the Dog. Make sure y'all subscribe to Aaron the Dog MMA Movie Trivia. Shout out to Lou Betcha on the last episode there. So yeah, Luque inside the distance. I think this is a levels fight. I think he gets Buckley out of there. Club and Sub or Knockout. And then, in the spirit of the Locker Room Talk podcast, as there was no episode, he is anchoring that one. So please, Vicente Luque, please silently assassinate Joaquin Buckley and do your old bud TC a solid. What do y'all think about this one?
Oh boy.
Moiz,
Let's
don't
start-
you fucking dare. Don't you dare go against me.
Let us start
You know
with the
what?
story. Let us start with the story, right? I was working in front of my computer, right?
Oh, God. All right.
And then I hear my father puking. I'm like, and I ran to him, like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And he couldn't answer back. I'm like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Then he puked again. Disgusting yellow-colored vomit. And then he stopped, but he still couldn't talk, right?
Moiz, I'm going to stop you right
No.
here.
You have to
If
hear
you're
it.
about to tell me a fucking brain bleed story, if this is where I think you're going,
No. Let's be real. Let's be real. You know I'm real. So what I do then is I call his doctor. I say, what's going on? He's vomiting. He's just staring. He's not saying anything. And then the physician says, you need to get him as fast as possible to the hospital. And we arranged that. And then when he came back, guess what it was? It was a brain hemorrhage. So what happens in a brain hemorrhage? You lose at least 4 or 5 million brain cells. And it will impact your life.
nah, they
forever.
grow back. Nah, brain cells grow back. Grow up, brain.
They never grow
Grow up,
back.
brain, Moiz.
No. So that's why you see the performance of Luque last time.
But he took the excess blood from the subdural hematoma and he bled
Oh
it
my
out on RDA. So now it's back to square, dude. I'm a
my
scientist, dude. I'm a fucking learned doctor. This is a fucking stream of.
So what
learned
happened with
doctors,
Luque is
doctors,
this.
Moiz.
This is what happened. I know what happened with Luque. He had this brain hemorrhage. He lost his speech. He had to train again to get his speech back.
Yeah, dude.
And
He had a
here
mini stroke
is-
and now he's good.
Yeah. No. So he'll be thinking about, covering up, having high guard, try to wrestle, and Buckley is gonna win a decision. He's gonna land the more head strikes, body strikes, more damaging strikes. They're not gonna award Luque the decision here. No way. Not after what happened to Bulgarian. So.
Moiz, you're lucky that I hold your musical accomplishments in such high regard. But what do you think about this one, Tim?
I think it's a close fight striking. I think Luque historically struggles mightily with southpaws and getting his footwork right against them. Neil fucked him up in that exact situation. I think that we just don't know with him at this point what he's trying to do and what he'll be able to do. I'm going to bet like small on the ends by split at 6-1, but I took a couple of same game parlays that I did with like tie on knockdowns, tie on takedowns, goes to decision was like 11-1, and then and then I did like.
Are you, Timmy? Are you fucking a bitch right now or something?
No, somebody else is in here, right?
What? Yeah, Mick, what's up, Mick?
Am I supposed to talk?
Can you hear me? Hey, so yeah, I'll get your thoughts on this one. What were you saying, Tim?
I just think I was going to do same game parlays. I did 2 same game parlays, and I'll probably bet that ends by split at 6-1. The two same game parlays were like tying knockdowns, tying takedowns, ends by decision, 11-1, and then the standing like the no takedowns, no knockdowns, ends by submission is like 30-1. So if he goes for like a Darce or something like that, or gets him with a standing Gilly, it's like 30-1. I think that's live too for him.
That's greasy and crazy, and I love it. What's up, Stubborn Mick? How are you, my dude?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, indeed, loud and clear.
Oh my God, he made it to the show.
Dude, you're here, dude.
Hey,
Dude,
what's up, guys?
What up, dude? The pregame is rocking. What do you think about this co-main here, Luque and Buckley? Dude, if you are not on my side, if you're not on Luque
dude, I took Vicente Luque at -110. I think that's incredibly, I think that's just a great line as it is. I don't want to fuck with it. I think he's got more paths to win than Buckley does. I think Buckley's live early, and that's really it. And that's just how I see it.
I agree. I think
I mean, that's it. Like, I don't hate people that take a shot on Buckley by KO early, whatever. I mean, I don't see that happening though. That's just me.
Sure. I don't hate it. Well, this is what I see. I see him hurting Luque early, and then Luque weathering the storm, and then just showing himself to be the better, more composed striker. Like, Buckley's explosive. To Tim's point, he's a southpaw. Luque has historically struggled with them. But I think that the southpaws he is struggling against are a higher and more skilled.
Yeah, what southpaws are we talking about? You can't
exactly.
Southpaw.
Yeah.
If I was left-handed, he'd kick my ass, so that doesn't mean anything to me.
Right. So like Buckley, he's powerful, he's dangerous, but he's also he can get sloppy and he can kind of get predictable. Like, he really loads up a lot. So I think
late he could be really stupid, and if he's not careful, he can get himself choked out.
Right. But what I'm worried about, obviously, is Luque, going back to, I'm hoping that he takes Buckley seriously, because I think if he does take him seriously, he'll get him up out of there. If he doesn't, then he could get knocked out. But
I think he can win a decision. I think he could knock him out late, and I definitely think if Buckley feels like he's down early, or down later, 2 rounds, he could end up doing something stupid. And I think he's been. I mean, I don't think he's ever been subbed, has he? But either way, I think that Luque could pull some shit out of his ass, but he hasn't done that in a while. Either way, I see all sides, I guess, to a point, but I just don't think Buckley is all that. I just don't think he's all that.
I get it though. The dude's strong. Luque had a fucking subdural hematoma. There are definitely
whatever. At the end of the day, he's only been knocked out once, and it's by Jeff Neal. So
Right.
What do you guys think about the bigger cage versus the smaller cage? Do you think that helps Luque, or do you think that helps Buckley? I think that helps Luque personally. But
yeah, probably.
Luque has a 1.2 range strikes per minute more than Buckley. So people that think Buckley's going to be able to outvolume, he needs moments. Historically.
I think if you watch even the Chris Curtis fight, where people are thinking, Joe Rogan was thinking this guy's boxing him up and all this shit. But I'm like, this is what Chris Curtis does. He lets dudes do their thing, and then kind of just punch themselves out almost. And you see that, with Buckley, he wasn't even doing that much volume to me. He was doing this, and then opening himself up. And I think he got casual, and that's why he got knocked out. And I could see the same thing happening here where, I don't know. Buckley's not a guy I can trust for shit like that.
Well, I know this. When Buckley does feel like he's got a dude in front of him that he can knock out, he's gonna get reckless. And I feel like if Luque does stay tight and composed, that he's gonna fucking counter him. So that's obviously what I'm hoping for. But I think that's what happens.
I think Vicente Luque is a better opponent than Albert Duraev. That's just my opinion. Maybe you guys don't agree.
No, I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty categorically true, I would say.
Whereas, he could probably run a guy like that down who's so dependent upon the takedowns and control. Where I think Luque has multiple paths again. I think this is what it comes down to.
I agree.
And we're not 32-year-old Vicente Luque. This isn't 35-year-old Billy Quarantillo. This is a guy that still has, while he's had a lot of wars, I don't think he's incredibly old.
I like that the Brady fight got canceled, and it was there wasn't really a gap necessarily, but I like that he had a little bit extra time.
Yeah, how short notice is this?
For Buckley, I think it's a month, maybe month
to
6 weeks. What do you know anything about that, Moiz? You're usually better with that shit than I am.
No.
So you're talking about half a camp, basically.
Right, it was he fought. When's the last time Luque fought? Last fucking September or something. I can't remember exactly. But it was whenever he fought RDA. But yeah, so I'm hoping Luque comes through. I'm feel a little bit overexposed on him, but I feel like it will be levels. But
I put 1.1 units on it to make 1 unit. I thought that was fair. I'm not really looking at it more than that. It's not something where I'm going to put 5 units on it. He's not, he's not Cedricus Dumas. Can't put 5 units on it. But
Yeah, not quite low level enough to hammer it like that.
he ain't no Dumas level. They ain't putting no 5 large on that shit. Come on now.
The thing that is mind-boggling to me is like nobody's talking. I mean, everybody's talking about Luke, and I get it. Like Luke having a brain bleed is like it's horrible, but he's historically way more durable than fucking Buckley.
Yes, absolutely more durable. That's a great point.
Like
I feel like
multiple times.
Yeah, but Luke is 1 punch away from a second hemorrhage. It will happen.
Could be.
A small.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, that's possible. But he's not very accurate either. Like, it's what, some spinning ninja kick against Impa, Kasanga, and I. Like, get the fuck out of here.
That's a crazy, awesome knockout, but it is such a low percentage move.
Can we be honest? If that knockout never happened, he's probably not even signing the UFC.
It's like the best.
What if Buckley picks him up and slams him down to the ground?
I don't know. What if the embodiment of Alessio Di Chirico comes inside Vincent DeLuca and he goes down and he gets kicked in the head again?
And then he starts puking and all the doctors come in and yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. I just
don't you ever wish that on my fucking bet, bro? Don't you ever wish that on my fucking like $10 to $15 bet?
We are predicting fights there. We're predicting the fight. That's what we're doing here.
No, you agree with me on every single one.
Oh, hell no.
Nah, I couldn't get you to do that if I wanted to. Nah, I couldn't. I couldn't control Moiz like that if I wanted to. Then Luke subs him. Let's fucking go. See, Noah's fucking preaching. Noah taking y'all to church. But
one thing about Buckley that always sticks out to me though is that he got that great kick and then immediately afterwards got kicked in the head by Di Chirico. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah, MMA is a sport where like the karma and like Moiz says the loss and win duality is always like in play. Very acutely.
And then Alessio dropping to the ground, crying to the gods, I did it! And then having the worst fights afterwards before retiring.
Dude, that shit, like the head kick, like kind of like lost duality, and then like the Chiesa curse. There's just weird things that happen in the fucking MMA world, and like we're all bearing witness to it. Like whatever it is, if it's crazy coincidence, if it's chaos theory, if it is the fucking gods above, boys, I don't know, but like it's some weird shit, and it happens in MMA a fucking lot, and it's just like, what's this, baby?
Right on. So what else have you guys? I missed everything else. I'm not gonna lie.
We just went through the fights. We just talked about 5150 briefly and how awesome it is, and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What any fights in particular like that got your blowing your skirt?
Yeah,
up?
man. I want to see what happens between Landwehr and Emmers. I'm really intrigued by that fight.
Dude, that's my pick for fight of the night. I feel who you got in that one?
I put a half unit on Landwehr because plus 170 was too off to me. But at the same time, like I have zero expectation. Because both guys have a propensity of being absolutely fucking retarded.
He's one of the livest dogs to me. I threw him in a parlay on a free bet. But yeah, he's very live as an underdog.
It's reminiscent to me of like Arosa and Ramos where they both have, well, Arosa's not really his fault. He's not very durable. But Ramos just does a lot of stupid shit. He's also a quitter. So where there's like this volatility, and you look at Emmers and Landwehr. I think Landwehr can do a lot of dumb shit and it gets himself in trouble, but it also is what makes him the wild card every time he goes out. It's a double-edged sword, you know. And with Emmers, he's got all these gifts, and I see what he's doing, but then sometimes he just does these things like, no, what are you doing? And in the moment, he doesn't seem to have the IQ that you would want to see from a fighter you're putting X amount of dollars on. So that's where I'm curious, I guess.
I agree. Like, I think passing is like, this is a great spot to pass, but I feel like it is dogger pass.
Yeah. I mean, if Emmers was plus 170, I'd absolutely take that.
I don't see Emmers one punching him like he did Dennis Bazooki. Like, I just think Nate's a little bit tougher than that.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's both guys are like Cro-Magnon level intelligence, so it's we're talking like completely different levels than normal human beings. But I think that like the volume, like just the better, cleaner striker is going to be Emmers, and I think the guy that's going to be taking damage and continually walking forward and throwing volume and doing it all throughout the fight, and probably like early first 7.5 minutes, probably lean Emmers a 60-40 or 65-35, and then probably 60-40 on Nate for the last part of the fight. So I don't think like end split is bad in this one, like I was saying earlier.
Oh, I think it's that's a really good one. It could very potential, and I would not be shocked if Emmers looked clean early for sure.
Yeah, that's real sneaky, dude. That's I like that. Yeah, it's another thing about Landwehr. Like, if you're a Landwehr backer, you got to hope that because sometimes he doesn't wear damage that well. Like, he cuts kind of easily and bleeds and shit, and gets busted up. So, yeah, I'm interested. Like, I think this could be a fucking banger. And I think it is going to be close. I think it's going to go to decision. I don't really see either one of them getting finished. If anybody gets finished, I think it's Emmers in the third round, like Landwehr breaking him. But yeah, I kind of see just like a fucking old slobber knocker, they're gonna scratch some gravel outside trailer park or something like that.
I think what you have to understand, if you were backing Landwehr like I did for very little, I mean, we're talking half a unit, but you just got to understand it's the Landwehr. It's an experience. And you're going to have to be prepared for the experience and understand he's going to be doing crazy shit. And you're going to have to be mentally prepared if you're going to take him. It goes with the territory.
I like that. That's a great shout. It is a sweat. You gonna ride that old fucking that
old Rama fight was a great example. Jesus Christ.
The Landwehr train it runs along the tracks that the Chinese people build. Very, very, very sketchy.
Holy shit.
So
that would definitely be my pick for potential fight of the night. I think both guys are game, and I think it'll be a good fight.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome. That like Emmers is a good striker, and Nate likes to get in those kind of fights. So we'll see what happens. All right, well we're here, 6 people in the building. Shout out to y'all. Just pre-gaming a little bit. Make sure y'all smash the like button. And I will make sure and give y'all each, if y'all have anything y'all want to plug or anything, we can do that before y'all dip. Anytime y'all need to go to, just let me know, and I'll give you the floor. But we've hit the main event, gentlemen. Mick before we do that, Mick, was there any other fights you want to touch on?
No. You next time I'll be, on time more.
No, dude, it's all good.
Yeah. Man, I'm good. I'm good. Everything else I like. Let's see. I think Malkoon, I got him by decision for plus 140 early. It's like I thought that was a good look, just because he's 7-3, which is a deceiving record. But all 7 wins by decision. I figured, why not? I really don't. Yeah, I like I did sprinkle. Just Moiz talked me into it, so I did the Reese McKee round 3. I'm fully expecting him to get laced up early, but
Yeah.
I have backed McKee more times than I probably should have. I think I bet him again. I took a flyer on him against Jamal.
That's crazy. But hey, you know what? What's his face took Carlton Harris against Shafkat. Aaron did, which is fucking crazy too.
I don't know if it's as bad as my Jamal Pogues bet last year. I've had some stinkers, man.
Against Nick Parkin?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was rough. But at the same time, you don't know about Mick. That's whatever. 2 heavyweights. The only mistake you probably made was not taking the dog, but that's because heavyweights are like chick fights in that sense.
They are, but I'm normally kind of good with heavyweights, dude. I'm kind of nice with the heavyweight division. Those are some of my biggest hits. Like I'm much more of a piker than any of y'all, but
Right.
The ones that I do hit where I get over $100 have all been like heavyweight fights. So
the last week. It was Usman, right? That was screaming in bloody terror that he lost after it was clear.
It was you kind of got tuned, bro. Like what? So the main
Talking
event,
about
boys.
Mick Parkin. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
By the way, he speaks English apparently, but I needed a translator to understand that fucker.
He's a great fighter. I'm sure we're looking at a future champion. But so main event, boys. Blanchfield Fierro. I think it's a pretty good chick fight. I like to poke fun at WMMA sometimes, but this is actually a pretty tasty one. And I think you can make cases for both sides, but I'll definitely tell y'all right off the bat, I got Blanchfield. She is anchoring. She's anchoring the Zhang Li. Shout out to Aaron the dog. She's anchoring the Zhang Li. She is anchoring my Church's chicken, which if you never have it, good chicken, very fucking greasy though. So yeah, give me Blanchfield to anchor that motherfucker. But yeah, that's all I got on her. But yeah, I think Fierro is live, especially on the feet. But what do y'all think, man? Shout out to the 7 people in the building.
I can start. I'll say Aaron by decision. It's a bigger cage, so
Yeah, I like that.
yeah. Manon's gonna run around, stay safe. So yeah, Aaron by decision.
What do you think, Tim?
Yeah, I think this is an extremely high-level women's MMA fight. I'm really excited for it, to be honest. Blanchfield has cashed me 4 max bets. I got 2 in one fight with her versus Molly McCann, and yeah, I just feel like it's going to be like where the line's at now. I think it's kind of you go pre-bet with Manon and then you live bet on Aaron both at plus numbers. But I just think that like early it's probably Manon. Like she's able to stuff some takedowns and dance around the cage. And I think later on is when Aaron will probably start to take over and maybe be able to get her down. Aaron's been really successful early in her career on getting takedowns, and she's been extremely unsuccessful in her last few fights. She's gone like 2-22 in takedowns for her last 3 fights. She got 2 on Andrade. She went 0 for 4 against Aldrich. She went 0 for 14 against Santos. Santos lost the second round because she went for a head and arm throw and then fell on her back and basically got held down for the rest of the round. So that fight could have been completely different had that not happened. And that's coming from a huge Aaron bettor. So like I love her, and I thought that she easily could have lost that fight if she didn't get lucky there. But I think that there's like some interesting like same game parlays and things that you can go for in this one. I took a shot on one that's like 25-1 on Manon money line. Like I was trying to figure a way to bet Manon like in her win condition, and I got like 25-1 on Manon money line, tie on takedowns, tie on knockdowns, and most significant strikes for her. So it's like 4 legs, but it's like 25-1, which is like, to me, it's like her win condition. Like if she stuffs takedowns, and she'll probably look like -300 to -400 on the feet.
That's sneaky, man. I love it. That's crazy. 25-1, you said?
Yeah, ends by split. Another good one at plus. Like I was expecting like +300 or +350, and like they're hanging +500 on that. So I think that that's also pretty good because you just don't know what these fucking judges are going to see and whether or not they're going to give control in the cage with no takedowns versus, a person that's landing 15 to 20 more strikes in each round, So I don't know what they're going to judge. You just never really do. So, and I always think that there's like one judge in these fucking 5-round fights. There's always one judge that's like on peyote watching the fight, and they're like just completely doing some fucking hallucinogenic shit. And
his name's Derek Cleary.
Dude, it's not just him. Honestly, it's not just him. If you hear Derek Cleary, Saul D'Amato,
Chris Lee,
Ron
oh my God,
Ron McCarthy, who's the lady too?
Camijo, Mike
I don't think she's not judging anymore, is she?
Adelaide Bird.
Adelaide Bird. Like any one of those 6 or 7, and you're going, I got a split locked up, dude. I mean, I'll bet 4 and 5-1 like every single fight if I know one of those judges is watching the fight. Like it's insane. Like I've been doing that ever since I started in betting. Like it's kind of how I got known with gambling with Narco on Lambo plays. Is like I kept on telling people, I'm like, dude, nobody like listen to 3 MMA cappers talk about a fight, and you're like, oh yeah, nobody.
I forgot. Did you guys mention Doug Crosby? Because he's the fucking worst. There he is. Oh my
God, dude. Mike Lee, Crosby, yeah, all those dudes are
Crosby. Dude, Mr. Crosby gave him fucking 50-45 to Danny Sabatello over spots.
Dude, Ron McCarthy was the one that gave the draw to Dolidze and Imavov.
Incredible. That's incredible.
He's given some of the worst cards I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like it's
Whoever that Latino judge, and the Sanhagen verify. What the fuck?
Yes,
Yeah.
I thankfully cashed a split on that one though. I was happy on that one.
There you go. That's nice.
It's exactly my point. Where it's just like I'll bet a split because how often do you get like 3 MMA cappers that go, oh yeah, I agree on this fight. Like this is what I thought, and that's cappers, let alone the fucking judges who are possibly corrupt. So
tell them, show. What do you always tell me, Bubba? You said don't bet main events, but yeah, I don't know, man. I think it is kind of Aaron. So what do you think, Mick? Well,
here's the deal. So off the rip, where the lines are now, it's absolutely dog or pass. I hate to say that. I personally think that Aaron, this is like her hometown, right? Kind of.
Yes.
Yeah, home state. Yeah.
Home state. Okay. So I think maybe not influence. I don't know how much this is going to influence judges with the cheering. But Manon has shown really good takedown defense. So I think that's early on. Like if you're going to take Aaron, just don't even better than like. What you're going to do pre-hand or pre-flop, I wouldn't even worry about it. I would just wait a couple rounds because you're going to get a better fight.
Yep.
I really feel like that. And there's just really no reason to take anything now.
Yeah.
So if you're going to take something, just wait. Unless you're on Manon. So that's really what I stick with it. What do I think is going to happen? I'm going to be honest. I don't fucking know. I think it's a really close fight.
I was going to say, if it goes 25, having Blanchfield anchoring a couple parlays, like I'm going to be sweating, and I'm just hoping that it is that home state advantage that like gives her the slight nod, because I think like Erin does have a little bit of like sass to her. She's a pretty mean fighter, and like I think she will kind of get the crowd behind her.
When she gets the fighter to the ground, this is going to look like one-way traffic. If she doesn't, it's going to not. So like that's what it is. Can she get her to the ground?
I don't think it's a bad look for you on your parlays, honestly, to like either hedge off in 2 different ways. Either you could make a parlay with the final leg being Manon decision at 4-1, and or just take her by, if you get to that point and you've won all the other legs, you could just basically just hedge off a small amount on parlay on your parlay on Manon by points. Like I just think that I think her finish equity is like super memeish. Like she's got to like head kick her, or she's got to do it. I don't think she's like attritional damage where she's going to be able to she's definitely not going to knock her down and go into her guard. Like she's not going to finish on top like she would, you know what I'm saying? Like she's going to be able to, like, if she hurts Aaron could do the Bronx defense of like go down and say, come on into my guard if you want, you know, like, wait.
She definitely would look for reversals. I don't think there was any way that Manon's going to try to engage.
It's hard for me to see Manon winning a decision, but Aaron getting robbed wouldn't shock me. Like, I'm not going to
definitely if she wins the first 2 or 3 rounds, and then it's fucking, you know, whatever happens in rounds 4 and 5, I mean, that could definitely be sketchy for Aaron if she does not win one of those first 3 rounds.
That's where I see it for sure. I think she absolutely can win a decision. Like I know that it's hometown and all that shit, but like
Aaron has to get her down. If Aaron cannot get her down, it's not going to look good.
She has to get her down. Even like in the clinch, it's not going to be. I mean, this is what the only other way that I see it could be successful for Aaron. She had 8 minutes of control versus Santos in the clinch. Like Santos is a physical fucking beast, just like Manon is. Like they're both. I think Santos is physically stronger than Manon, but smaller. Like so, I think if Aaron can get 8 minutes in the clinch on her, or you know, like if 4 minutes, actually is probably closer to 4 or 5 minutes in the clinch. Like if she can get 4 or 5 minutes in the clinch,
it could be a split majority decision.
Yeah, it's just it's going to be one of these weird, like, how do you score this round, because it's pretty even on strike, or it's -10 on strikes for Aaron, but she held her in the cage for 3 minutes. You know, it's like I don't know.
So,
but if Aaron gets her down right away, I think this is going to be one-way traffic. But that's the difference. Like,
I was going to say that, Mick. Like I think my official pick is Aaron's submission, because I don't think she gets that many takedowns, but I think that the 1, maybe even 2 it takes. Like I think that Manon, like, Aaron will be looking for the submission, and I think she gets it. Like I think that I think she submits her. But
I can't. I mean, this is like she was like the Caitlin Chikagian 2.0, right? Pretty much Manon. So like I don't know.
Oh, she's so much better. She's so
much better for sure. I know. I don't mean it in that way. I mean in the sense of like this is what her game is. She's gonna want to protect the distance. She's gonna strike from distance, and she definitely has some flair to her striking, and she can do damage for sure.
She's a giant for this fucking weight.
Absolutely, dude. She
She's
looks
a
like she
monster
fucking
size.
kills herself to make that weight.
Yeah,
She
dude,
absolutely
looked
kills herself to make that weight.
She'll gas
She
out.
looked like a
She'll
Skeletor.
gas out.
Yeah, man, you could see like her fucking veins in her face. It was not looking good.
Super rough, and like I think Aaron's gonna march her down. I think it's gonna be sloppy. Like she's not gonna get some clean takedown. It's gonna be like a desperate like trip, like hip sag, some kind of shit. But I think she ends up like snaking it and getting it.
Not worried about some Alex Pereira, Michaelides knee up the middle from Manon.
Right. So I'm locking it in right now.
The meme, that would be the meme finish that he's talking about.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's definitely it's something memeish has to happen.
Well, she would have to go in recklessly head first and then get kneed in the chin.
Hey man, appreciate it, show. Yeah, man. I think there's a lot of great looks and appreciate Tim, Mick, Moiz. This is good shit, man. Because like this is, even if you're like on a different side than one of us, there's a lot of different like ways to kind of like attack these fights depending on which fighter you like. So
I'll be rooting for Aaron, but I did not make a bet, by the way. I just want to put that out there. I did not.
Yeah, right on. Well, fights are going to start here in 10 minutes, boys. So I think I'm going to wrap it up, but I'll give if anybody wants to start some last words. Mick, you got anything?
Yeah, real quick, guys. Thanks for having me on, and good luck to everyone betting. And that's it.
Thank you, dude. Appreciate it, man. You're welcome anytime. I'll
All right,
be
bro.
dropping the link every Saturday. Tim, you got any last words?
No, man. Thanks for having me on. This is fun times doing this. Appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. Thank you, man. Like I said, same goes for you. I'll be dropping the link every Saturday and just pregame and talking shit. So you're more than welcome. And thanks again for all the good insight and best of luck to you.
Thanks, guys.
Later, dude. Big Moiz. Tell me something good.
No, see you next Saturday.
I hope so.
Yeah.
So just a quick reminder, anybody that didn't see, the conductor has spoken, the loser of Weidman Silva, and also the loser of Malkoun and Petrosky gets the carousel.
Yeah.
So double threat. Petrosky versus Malkoun. Moiz.
Have fun tonight.
Hey man, you too, dude. And thank you very much for joining me. My faithful co-host, and yeah, we'll be back next Saturday, boys. Moiz will hopefully give me some sick choices for another album to
That is all it takes. All right, bye.
Appreciate it, Moiz. Later, dude. All right, man, that's it. Great pregame. Like I said, thank you again to Stubborn Mick, Timothy Troiano, and Moiz Audio himself. And man, big shout out to everyone that came through in the chat. I think we peaked out at 7, so definitely heading back in the right direction. Thank you to everyone that came by and shot the shit. Let me see. I will go back through. Blanchfield loses a stand-up battle over 5, though. Needs some takedowns. It's all good, dude. I'm going to hold it against you, definitely, and we'll never forget it. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah, I think she will get like 1 or 2, and that will be all it takes. Show, thanks for coming through, Bubba. Best of luck to you. Let's fucking go. Taylor Jones, best of luck with your relationship struggles. Just remember there are literally millions and billions of fish in the sea. So best of luck. Blanchfield season, fight me. I would never, because I'll be fighting on your side. Be back to back, like Army of 2. It's a sick game. Homie Noah. Me, I'm in the chat. YouTube, don't you ever fucking take my comment down. It's inappropriate. Bo Jackson, appreciate you stopping through. Have a good one. Aaron the Dog, MMA and Movie Trivia. That man right there has a channel that is awesome, and he has an awesome UFC weekly breakdown show. Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Aaron the Dog, MMA and Movie Trivia. This past week was awesome. Aaron, your boy, Lou Betcha, a man that has done his time and is now free to preach the good word. Yep. Best of luck, y'all. The General, shout out, my dude. Appreciate you, man. Best of luck. Y'all have a good one, man. Fight's about to start in 5 minutes. Shout out to the boys at Pub Sports Radio. I will be in the Pub live stream. Pub Sports Radio on YouTube. I will be in there trying to win the Pub contest for the 4th time. 4-time champ. 3 just isn't good enough. Y'all can sign up now. It's free, easy. If you're the best predictor of the night, you win $100. We'll be back next week with another episode of Locker Room Talk. Like I said, check out my dude Aaron the Dog. Shout out and salute to the Dome. Looking to stay in the positive and continue. Goal is 64%. I'm not going to say 65. I just need to get 64. Back to 64. I think I peaked out at like 64.3 or something. But yeah, I need to get back to that. But yeah, y'all can follow me on all these shits. And yeah, that's it for me, boys. Yep. Did I hit everything? Yeah, man. Thanks again. Great pregame. Again, thank you, Tim, Big Moiz, Stubborn Mick. Best of luck, everyone. Y'all are the shit. I will be back on Monday evening, 5 or 6 probably, to recap and preview the next fight card, and then we will go from there. But that is it for me. And yeah, just my 2 cents. And I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it in your stomach. I will. Bye.